stay, and I will return your final exam answer sheet. And if you have any question, I will regrade, which means your score could be lower or higher. So I will reconsider it. So I will take away what I gave you more and compensate what I should compensate you. So the result could be lower or higher than your original grade. So does everybody understand? Okay. So you cannot come here and say I need a 5 point here. I will recheck every problem and regrade every problem and give you another score. Okay. So I think the problem is not too hard because someone get 98, almost 100, which means he get every point. So now I will return your answer sheet to you, and I also provide the reference answers to you, so you can have a check. But you have to come here to see me if you need to change your grade. And after this time, then the final exam will be started. Okay. So Chen Qinghan, anybody can help him? Liu Junzhi,郑文成，
你怎么知道
一般常常输错。
吴祥凯，
我在有电视报？
宋玉生，赖明轩，季温也，Mosiko Morebi，
老哥的。不是啊，你给我干嘛呀？刚才这以后给我，你就没来。
and Morgan Faison，王子豪，王子豪 ，anybody can help you？王子豪。Echo Lucky，Angela Satinway。So N11107F05。And Neuro 国家 A 所。
经过吗？你要讲。啊？你要讲。等一下再给你讲。我的方式是什么
And 花家
哎，他不来。
姑娘。
知道。他下午会来吧？他说他想去，他是还在想，他是病人。
抛弃 A 函。
对。
Hesky Suhata. Anybody can hear? So M11007822. Anybody can hear?
我可以问一下吗，为什么会被打到？
邱品池。
他以为我的 A 楼是 C。
1% got 100. 蔡国浩 100. So I believe the problem is not up because someone get
我
work
不知道他
on.
以为这是什么，一切其他也像不一样，这以后交过来。哦，
哈南花
那真的很像是。
鲁卡对。郑子轩。So does everybody get your answer sheet? 王好。So you can check
那你凭什么？
your answer sheet.
操你妈的！
So if you think you need regret, you can come here. I will overall regret your score.
我发现，你还是陆羽熟练一点，很熟练。这一半两，知足惜福。
知足惜福，我觉得可以的。
So everybody in the classroom is tense. So no one will be failed. So you do not need to worry about your pace fail.
大家都过了。在这间教室里，现在有来，没来的不一样。他的英文不是他是教室，他不是学校。
不知道谁在教室。
所以就是全部当兵。
干，这妈的，这个你居然会对？果然。那个，我到时候
女生将在分有分数。就你们可以来给
So which problem? Problem. Okay, so you can check. Total activity is 1 I only
奇怪，他是这个，而且我这一天主观直接讲。 这样不会比较比较多的。作业就写 IN 大于 I 或而已啊。我知道作业答案把它改成这样，他怎么搞定？他题目都已经这样写，
定责要先
抄下去不可能会有分的。这样蛮可怜的。好的，他在家里知道吗？
不清楚同学。好，老师直接给他分。这还是没清楚。
那时候怎么看就回来。
So what am I going to do? And if you want to check the data, you have to check here. And the D is only the top. It's up. Get that D. Here. Get that. No, I say E, so I need to be check this one. This is wrong, this is E, but I didn't show. I need to be only one is three. It is quite So, do you have any question about your final exam? Do you think it is too hard? Please raise your hand. If you think it is too easy, please raise your hand. If you think it is okay, please raise your hand. So I believe the problem is okay because if you catch the idea in the lecture, then you can do the final exam proper. And somebody get 100 point, which means he didn't lose any point. So any question about the final exam? So if no, then I think we can stop to discussion of final exam. Then I will move to a little bit ahead about the course I will provide next semester, and also talk about something about the research of the power electronics and the motor drive, the opportunity in the future. So next semester,
在做报告，在学开始会讲到报告。
I will provide two courses. One is undergraduate. The title of the course is Electrical Motor Control. So this is the undergraduate course. And another is graduate course. It is AC servo. So I will provide two different courses. So in AC servo, I will discuss about, for example, step motor and DC motor drive, and then induction
你要上
motor drive,
这啦，去上来。
and then permanent magnet.
第一个是大学部的，
看不懂，
做过
Synchronous
看不懂。啊，你看不懂，我看不懂。看不懂。
motor
知道是啊。
drive, and then inverter. So we have to discuss
不懂我的意思。
inverter,
你不是给我这个？
and then we discuss about switch
我看起来有这么认真吗？
reluctance, motor drive,
我当你也同学。
and then something about sensories, and something about applications. So the course is provided by Mandarin, not English. So this is only Chinese. This is also only Chinese. So I do not provide English course. So if you are interested in these courses, then you can register and attend the class. So then next I will discuss about the power electronics and motor drive. For me, I graduate 1899. So this is 78 years. Okay. So at that moment, I received a PhD degree. Then my advisor told me, you had better go abroad. At that moment, I have no idea why, but he strongly pushed me to go abroad to do research. So after 1 year, I leave Taiwan and I go to USA and Wisconsin medicine for 1 year. So at that time, I worked with a very famous professor. His name is Thomas Depot. Thomas Depot. And how many PhDs did he handle? I think almost 30. And at the same period, 30 PhD work with him to do the study on motor drive. So what does this mean? If everybody talk 10 minutes to him, then how much time did he need? So if everybody want to talk to him 30 minutes every week, right? But he has 30 PhD students, so then he had to spend his time 900 minutes. What is 900 minutes? 15 hours per week. And then he has to teach, he has to go abroad, he has to be the, we call editor-in-chief. So he is very, very busy. So it is impossible for him to do this. So when I arrived, I didn't understand how can I discuss with him. So I just go to his office and knock his door and told him, oh, I'm a Latin scholar, I will stay here for 1 year and I want to do research with you. And then he said, oh, I'm not available. You could come next week. So then I just left. And the next week, I knocked the door again. And then he told me I was cold, I was sick, so I couldn't talk to you. Then I leave again. And after 1 week, I knocked the door, but he disappeared. And I asked the student, where is Professor Lee? They told me he went abroad for 1 month. So I feel very, very upset because I took a long trip. I visited Wisconsin. What is my purpose? I want to do research, right? But I couldn't talk to him. So maybe 3 weeks. Then I asked another Latin scholar. He came from Korea. And he graduated from Seoul University, so which is the best university in Korea. And he arrived Wisconsin Medicine maybe 2 weeks before me. So I talked to him why I couldn't see Professor Lee Bo. He told me I was also. I couldn't see him. So I feel a little upset because I took a long trip. I came here, but I couldn't talk to him. So it is very upset. Then he told me he decided to leave. So what did he see? What did he do? He bought a BMW, full new BMW. He said, I have 1 year. I will drive my car to USA everywhere, so I can learn USA. So this is his decision, because he told me it was useless to stay here, because I couldn't do anything. So then he just said me goodbye and left. Okay. But I think several days, I think maybe something wrong. Why he didn't want to see me? And finally, his student told me, you cannot knock his door because he is too busy. During Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you cannot disturb him. Only 1 minute or 2 minutes. 2 minutes. If you say, Professor Li, I need to sign this document, then he will sign for you. But you cannot discuss your research because it takes too much time. He had no time. Then I asked the student, what could I do? They told me he only opened Saturday. Because Saturday is, we call break day. So he will open Saturday. And then he will come early, maybe 8 and 8:30. So you had a better wait before 8:30. Because if you are too late, then you have to stay here. A lot of students already booked, arranged, so you have to wait. So it is like to see a doctor. You cannot knock the door directly. You have to wait until they call you. So I was a little surprised because in Taiwan nobody did it this way, right? If we have something, we just knock the door and ask question. But you couldn't do this. So I wait and talk to him. And he just said 2 words to me. What is your major? And I said, I focus on PMSN drive system. Then he said, can you show me something? So it is very hard, right? So I forgot with my dissertation. But my dissertation is in Chinese. He couldn't read it. So what can I do? So I have to sit down and think, what can I do to negotiate, to talk to him? Otherwise, we have no communication, right? And he has no time to wait for me because a lot of students need to talk to him. So I feel stressful. Then I go to library, and at that time, we do not have IEEE Explorer. No IEEE Explorer. What can be found in library? You can see we still have this kind of system. The hardcover, and this is transaction, right? This is maybe industry application, volume 55, number 1, and number 2, number 3. They find into one book. You can check our library, still the same. So I went to the library and I copied my published paper. So I think this is the best way. Then I took the publication to him next time. And he read the title. Then he just responds, oh, you can work with Mr. Li. Then finish. So next time, I should talk to him with Mr. Li. So we are the same group. Then he asked me, what do you want to do? I said, I have no idea. Then he said, do you know inverter? I said, I know inverter. So I learned inverter. What is inverter? Inverter is 3 leg, right? 3 leg. And we have motor here. So we have PMSM motor, right? This is inverter. And he told me if one leg open, then what happened? I said it doesn't work, right? And if one leg short circuit, then what happened? It doesn't work. So I gave you your topic. If one leg open or one leg short circuit, the inverter and the motor still keep the same speed, the same torque, running. So this is your topic. So just a concept, right? If you have inverter, then inverter is quite weak. So the IGBT or the MOSFET could be fail. Fail has two types, short circuit or open circuit. So if you have short circuit or open circuit, then your system cannot fail, right? So you have to keep the same speed and the same torque and continue running. Then I asked him, so what can I find some publications? He said, oh, you can go to library. You can see from 1980 to 1965. I published a paper, then finished. So what can I do? I cannot ask him which paper because he has no time, he has no patience. Then what can I do? I go to the library and I check from 1950. Volume number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 6, each one. And I try to check report, right? Because he is one of the authors. And then finally, I got one. It is only simulation, concept. So then, next time, I print this paper and bring with me to talk to him. And he was very happy. He said, yes, this is what I want to get you. But I spent 1 day to search. So why he didn't tell me which papers? Then I only spent 1 minute, but I searched for 1 day. So this is the way I have to learn, right? And then he said, oh, this is simulation. But according to simulation, it works. So you can work with Mr. Lee to finish it in half year. So this is one of my topic. I asked him, what can I do? He said, you propose. So then I learned this is new way, right? It is totally different. In Taiwan, your advisor say, oh, you can do first step, second step, 3 step. If you have problem, you can come to see me. But it is babysitter, right? If you want to do research, nobody knows what happens. So who decide? You decide. So he told me, you decide. Then I work with my partner, and every week we come before 8:30 because we don't want to wait too long. And we have to prepare everything before we meet, right? Otherwise, we have nothing to talk. So I have to prepare everything. And after half year, we got the result. And he is happy, very happy. And then, one day he said, oh, we have some result. We have to submit to IEEE conference. And we said it is okay. Then my partner and me put in the conference paper to him. He said, I will submit it. And then after 1 month, nothing happened. And we talked to him. We have submitted the conference paper for 1 month. But no response. What can we do? He told me, I will make a phone call. So he made a phone call to the conference organization. And then the conference organization told him, Professor Lee, we couldn't find your paper here because you didn't submit. Then he said, oh, I forgot because I was too busy I believe I already submitted, but I didn't submit. Then the deadline is passed. So according to the rule, we couldn't submit anymore because the deadline already reached, right? And the contest organization tell Professor Libo, Professor Libo, without your paper, then we cannot attract audience. So we still welcome your paper. So then we submit and accept. And after, I think 1 year, it was published in IEEE. So this is my first experience. So work for what? For we call for Poland drive system. So this is for Poland drive system because something happened, but your drive system still need to work. And then we finish this job, and I talked to Professor Libo, what can I do next step? He said, oh, I can give you another issue. So if you have single phase motor, then you have two winding. One is auxiliary winding, another is main winding. I think that everybody know this, right? And we have a switch. So at the starting, maybe we need auxiliary winding. After we reach 70% speed, then we open it. So this is single phase induction motor. So what do we need? We need more torque during the starting, right? And he told me, is it possible we put a capacitor, but we remove the auxiliary winding and we change the capacitor? Because if you change the capacitor, you can change the phase angle. Then when you need a start, then you have main current, but you have this one larger. And when you reach steady state, you can reduce your capacitor to normal operation capacitor. So we only use one winding and one capacitor, but we need to adjust the value of the capacitor. So I asked him, how can I adjust the value of a capacitor? Because a capacitor is always fixed. How can we adjust it? And he told me, you have to think. Not me, you have to think. Then finally we developed a method to solve this problem. So then we submit second paper, and after 1 year, the second paper was published. So I stayed here and spent 1 year, but I got 2 papers, 2 IEEE papers. So I feel very satisfied because I didn't waste my time. And then, before I leave, the friend from Korea came back because he reached 1 year. He just wants to say goodbye to everybody. So he talked to me. I asked him, what do you feel? You came here for 1 year. What do you feel? And he complained, I came here, nobody care about me, and I only can read paper. If I can read paper, I can read the paper in Korea. Why do I need to come here? So it seems very reasonable, right? And he said, I just wasted my time. I think Professor Libo is famous, but it's not true. He is not so big. But for me, I think he is big. He was big, right? Because I got a lot. I got what I want. So this is the Western people do research. So they just give you a very brief guideline. And you have to deal with the details. and you will face challenge, then you have to solve your problem. So then, I take 2 courses. One is this course. They call 411, EE 411. It is for graduate, maybe the first year. And they provide another course, it is 711. So this is a book. I think you still can buy the Vector Transform of AC drives. And the author is Lippo. You still can get this book. So this is the advanced course they provide in the graduate program. And every student have to learn these 2 courses before they do research. Otherwise, they say you have no background, I cannot talk to you because you don't know anything, right? So this is my experience. I spent 1 year here from 1991, and I think it is July, then I come back. This is the first time I go abroad. So I think I got a lot. The reason is because if you stay in Taiwan, every year is the same. And you feel it is comfortable. I don't need to do anything, right? But if you go abroad, everything is different. So you have to keep attention, pay more attention. Then you learn more. So this is the first time I went to Wisconsin. And then after, I think we have to come. This is stop. Yeah, this is correct. Yes, this is correct. This is 1989. And after 10 years, in 2000, I went to USA, Virginia Tech. So in USA, there are 2 research institutes famous for motorcycle and power electronics. And for Wisconsin, they are very, very famous for motorcycles. They focus on motorcycles. For Virginia Tech, they focus on power electronics. Especially for soft switching. So because the soft switching comes from Virginia Tech, so they develop this theory, this application. And for Virginia Tech, I think a total PhD could be 70 to 80. And most of them come from China. So if you want to study at Wisconsin or study at Virginia Tech, what should you do? The student only buy 1 ticket. 1 ticket from China to USA. So they need to buy first ticket, first travel ticket. Then after they arrive USA, they get scholarship. So the scholarship is good enough for you to pay tuition, to pay renting, to pay food, right? It is enough. But you have to work very, very hard. So what is your working time? In general, maybe 8:30 to 11 p.m. This is a.m. So from Monday to Sunday, every day. Why? Because you get money. Where does the money come from? Industry, right? The professor cannot get you his salary. Impossible. And the money could be
big enough. For example, maybe this money per month. So this is USA dollars per month. So where does money come from? Does the money come from university? Impossible, right? Does the money come from professor salary? Impossible. The money come from industry. So what does industry need? Results. So the student to make a presentation should discuss with the industry, and the industry say, oh, you have done a good job, I will support next year. Otherwise, I will stop it. Right? Once your scholarships stop, what can you do? Go back. Right? You have no choice because you have no money. So what can you do? Go back. So every student work very, very hard because they need a scholarship. So they work very, very hard and they do their best. So I meet a lot of students. They become very successful because they work very, very hard and they develop very, very good products. So I spent here for half a year, only half a year. Then what did I do? I work with some students, but I take 4 courses. So we have power electronics, advanced power electronics. Then I learn here because I take the course. I take 2 to 3 courses. Before I only know motor drive. I didn't know anything about power electronics. I didn't know power factor correction. I didn't know DC-DC converter. I didn't know software switch. So I took the course and then I convert the course into our lecture content. So this is my second experience. And then I think near 212 or something, I read New Zealand. We call Auckland University. Auckland University. So what does this university famous? They're famous for IPT. Inductive power transfer. So what is inductive power transfer? They say, oh, if you need to do a charger, then your car is here. Your car is here. But it is not good to put your car to a socket because it is dangerous, right? So what can we do? We should cut here, we put a transformer here, transformer here. So you just drive your car here and then use wireless to get you power. So we call this wireless transformer or inductive power transformer. They are famous for this technology. And I spent half a year to learn inductive power transformer. And then I came back. So this is my personal experience because I have 3 times experience. So I can catch some new idea. So I encourage you, if you have this opportunity, you should go abroad. You should join the famous laboratory, and you have to learn what is the fundamental we call philosophy. Not learn the details, because you can do everything by your own. But you have to learn the philosophy. So when I arrived USA, I was shocked because I think a professor should talk to you every day. How can you just reject me? But finally, I count the time I talk to Professor Lipo. Every week, you talk 10 minutes. I spend 1 year. From how much time do I talk to him? 8 hours. but we finished 2 papers. How come? Because he only gave you idea, right? He didn't care about the details. So who has to handle the details? You, not me. So this is fundamental philosophy. But in Taiwanese, people always say, oh, advisor should be teach me every step. Otherwise, how can I do it? If I couldn't do it, then I stuck. If I stuck, then we cannot go. Right? So this is different. So we have to do research by your own. This is first what I have learned. The second, what I learned is people has no limitation. You can learn everything. You have to open mind. You don't need to care about 1 point, 2 point. You have to care about how much do you learn. Not care about I got 70 point or 71 point or 72 point. It is useless, right? So you have to learn by your own. Then I found that this is the fundamental idea. So I think we can have a break, and I will continue next class, and we also can have a small discussion later.